Hey guys, welcome back again. Um, Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about some paintball stuff, i.e., hoppers. Um, as everybody knows, in paintball, you're most likely going to have a hopper, and your hopper choice varies from person to person. But typically, your hopper, if you don't know, is the thing that gets paintballs into your gun. So selecting the correct one or whatever fits your need best is a must. Each one comes with different features. There's many different brands. As you saw, I really like this the Virtue brand with the spires. Um, I got a Spire 3 280 and I got a Spire IR. There's many different brands, but from what I researched and what I saw and what I looked at, this fit more for me. There's various different brands such as Dye, Bunker Kings. I think AK Army makes one. Planet Eclipse is just coming into market with the PAL loader, as well as they just released a new one under their Pro Toys brand or whatever they call it, which is their entry level stuff. I haven't got to see it, but that seems like a pretty decent hopper for the price. Um, but you'll notice that as the hop, various different features and stuff in your hoppers um, vastly determine the price um, or what upgrades you'll need in the future or generally what you expect to see. I'll just put it like this. To me, hoppers have changed a lot. Let me clear my glasses real quick. They've changed a lot over the years. From when I first started in, they were just pretty much. Let me take this off. Ah, come on. Okay. Basic, pretty much plastic. This is a little bit tougher than the old shells because it's a little bit thicker, but it's pretty much see-through plastic or black plastic that was pretty brittle. That um, it was still lightweight, but they're pretty brittle. You'll see a lot of people breaking their shells a lot, but it allowed you ability to see through. I used to make comments when looking out for these is how come they don't really make any that are like that anymore, and I kind of know why after playing a little bit, because like these are a lot tougher than the old style of ones that I'm used to, like the Halo Bees and I think the Rebo Hoppers and the old Eggies from back in the day. I rocked all of those back in the day. I used to have an Eggie, and I got a Halo, then a Halo with Rip Drive, and all that fancy stuff. But with these, how they make them is they're a lot more tough, and pretty much most of the standard stuff they've designed it to be more sleek, in terms of how they look. So you're not having this huge bulging thing on the top of your gun, and they can take a spill. Like this one, I literally face planted it with face planted by accident because I didn't have my cleats yet, and I went to take a step in the middle of a run. My foot just went off and blah. Well, and the whole thing pretty much, this part shot off, and like it was just covered, and even got shot. And even while I was falling, I was getting shot with paintballs because I was on the ground just like crap. I don't know what happened. Um, it's enough force to to almost knock me unconscious. I was pretty loopy, and it was pretty hard for me to breathe for a couple seconds. Um, but yeah, these things can take a pretty good abuse, and how they're made, they can't make them clear. But let me just go over some of the features this about the Spire IR and why I chose this as my this is my backup one that I bought that I kind of quickly I played it with for a bit, then I saw these and quickly went to them. I'll give you pros and cons on both of them. This is a pretty cheap hopper for what you get. This is like 99 bucks. Let me see if you can see the eyes. If you can see, it's red, and basically I'm not sure if you can hear it. I'm not sure which one my mic is, but you hear it revving when you break the, because those are I beams. When you break the I beams, it stops spinning. So while the eyes aren't sensing paint on them, it'll constantly spin trying to put stuff into it. So it's a constant feed, but it will stop when you break the eyes. It's not too loud, unlike some of the other ones. I think the HK Army or one of the ones out there, when you turn them on, sounds like a paint grinder, and it's loud. But the cool thing about the Spire is it's easy to open, and let me just pull this off. I can't do it free floating. This comes off relatively quick, unlike other ones, unlike other hopper systems where you have to unscrew the shell. Taking off the like the rain cover, and on this one I have the speed feed. Both of them fit pretty much. Both of the speed feed and the rain cover fit on both, and I believe they also fit on the Spire 4. I'll go into Spire 4's features and why I don't like it myself. I would have got a Spire 4, but I can't justify the price for what I got, for like what I see the upgrades are. Well, I could justify the price for this over the price of this. Basically, it's quick. Unlike before, where you had to take everything apart. For this, you got a little button right here. This is locked. This is unlocked. You push it in. This part pops off, and then you can pretty much get inside almost everything you need through the back. This comes off. See, that comes out. And there's already upgrade. You can't see it that well, but I do got the speed ramp in it. It's optional. I highly suggest if you get this this hopper, get a speed ramp, because otherwise you'll be running low and you'll have to constantly be tilting it. But the speed ramp, you can tell night and day difference. But that's going to be I'm going to say why I think that and why I don't like the design in general. If you need to pop out, there's a little button right here. You can easily slide it out. It runs off 3 AA batteries. And yeah, it's pretty simple. There's a speed ramp right there. As you can see, it goes down. How this works is, if you look at the design, it's pretty flat. Unlike older ones, they had an automatic thing like that, but to make the profile slimmer and to incorporate, not having to decrease the ball capacity, they made the bottoms flat on a lot of the new ones. So you have to have one of the little spring ramps that assists doing and it's to assist when you're getting low on paint, where it springs up and just pushes stuff towards it. I think the Bunker Kings has one in the back too that will pop up. I think they're pretty much based off the same thing, but as you can see, this is the guts of it really. Your shells are pretty much interchangeable. Put it back in. Bam. Bam. See, easy as that. Again, really easy to break down, really easy to clean. Highly suggested if you're a newer player looking for something, or you're looking for something new that will last you for a bit, or if you're looking for a good backup one. My main complaint about this is such as the bottom with the spring, where you have to buy the ramp instantly. That's the first thing I would say you go get. When you buy this hopper, make sure you get a spring ramp. That, and compared to what you see in the Spire 3, you don't have that much room to work with over here, because this is the main section that pops out. It's a small little section. Also, I don't like the fact I really can't see into the hopper itself. I'm just used to it. I'm lazy. Where back in the day, you could see exactly where your paintball level was and stuff like that. I wish this had windows, but I know like they're trying to be cheaper and more compact with the design. But yeah, I would highly recommend this. As for going on to the Spire 3, This is Inspired 3 280. I play back when I play paintball, so I'm not really worried about getting shot in the hopper that much. And if you play back, you want to try to keep as many paintballs as possible for as long as possible to keep lanes up and allow your people to move up. So that's why I like it being a little bit higher. I think these are like 250, 230s. True, it's a little. If you see, it's a little bit higher, but not that much. Like front wise, you're not getting that big of a view difference. Side wise, you can tell. But these I believe have been discontinued for the Spire 4s. I'll go into Spire 4s like I said later. But it works pretty much. The lid system works almost the same exact way. You got a little bit different features like the lights that come on. As you can see, they honestly have lights on them. It beeps until you load things. These are your reload indicators, so you really don't have to go, oh, how many balls are in there? It literally tells you, hey, you're low on paint, refill me. As I said earlier, the speed feed does come on. Don't be when I first bought the speed feed for the Spire IR, I didn't know like it could leave these gaps. They don't fit around and make a perfect seal, so don't worry about that. Also, you gotta make sure to click this little tab and push it in. Yeah, there's little stuff that you don't know that they don't tell you, but honestly doesn't mean it's broken. You can also program it for different settings for it to feed differently, give you different warnings. I don't want to go into that right now because you can look it up online. They have tutorials for it and stuff. Also, the best feature of it. Come on, please open. There it goes. It's just a simple button push thing. This actually hinges all the way open. Like I said, unlike the Spire IR where it's just basically you're pulling out the back, this actually hinges open, and it comes standard with a speed ramp. I think that's what it's called. I just call it spring ramp. It doesn't have any lights on it because it actually feeds. Let me show you real quick. It'll keep that up until it senses pressure. Like I put my finger there and it stopped. So, like, it does a couple different sensors on it. Like, you saw it change from blue, which means you're good, to red, which means it's empty. Also, it does, if you're seeing how it's feeding, it feeds until it feels resistance. And it doesn't feed off an eye system. It feeds off of your guns making enough, like, impact, because of course, bolt rocking back and forth, shooting air, it's going to vibrate. So when it senses it, it starts feeding again. And when it senses stuff on the stack, it stops. It comes apart pretty much exactly like the IR. Again, it's pretty easy. I'm doing it one-handed, so forgive me. Also, this comes off a lot easier. If you look, the paddle system's different. And it comes off a lot easier than with the IR because it uses magnets on this one instead of just a spring tension system. And as you can see, it's just a shell. What makes this different from the regular one is this top shell is designed for a higher capacity. So if you find a regular one, it's going to be pretty much, I think, the same profile as the IR. But this one, since it's a 280, I like the 280, and they gave me a special because they're trying to get rid of them because they're getting ready for the Spire 4s to come in. I went ahead and bought it. I don't mind the extra thing, but yeah, it gives you more capacity up here. As for the feed system, you see it's still a tray, still everything like that. This is different. This is actually 4 prongs. You got the light system and stuff. And right here is the sensor to detect vibrations. So again, different than what the Spire IR does. I like this better because it's not constantly trying to force. Unlike some of the other brands I'm seeing, I never had a jam with it. It promises jam free. I haven't had a jam with it. I haven't heard many people have jams with them, if at all. I see a lot of people rocking these or the die rotor series, which I've seen a couple die rotors completely jam and just constantly jam to where they don't even know. Even the field owner at the place was like, I don't carry them because of that. And he carries the Virtues over the rotor systems because the Virtue doesn't jam. Um, but yeah, as you can see, it's a good system. This one's a little bit more pricey, but it's worth it for what you can do and what it offers. But if you can find one used, which most likely you're going to have to now, consider buying it. It's really good. And onto the Spire 4. The big thing with the Spire 4 is it's able to connect wirelessly to your gun so it can sync up and do everything with your gun, which right now is only on like the Virtue Lux Aces, I think is what they're calling them. I'm not sure the exact name, but like they take Luxes and put their custom board in them, and that's what communicates with the Spire on the Spire 4's communication chip. It's a good system, but with the Spire 3s, it's pretty much a Spire 3 with just a different type of board in it to communicate with your gun. And correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't looked it up in a little bit, but I'm pretty sure they're still announcing it, or they haven't done it yet, where they're putting out boards for guns to work with the Spire 4s. And so my whole thing is it kind of really worth it? Also, I forgot to bring it up. You got little eyes in here so you can at least see inside, which the Spire 4 also has. I'm sorry about overlooking that. I like the window features. I'll get into my cons and stuff about this after I get done with my Spire 4 rant, because I want to do the Spire 4 rant. To me, I can't justify a Spire 4 because it's the same thing as a Spire 3, besides with a different board to communicate with the primary board that Virtue's is going to put out. It may work perfectly fine, and it'll make you be able to shoot faster and be more responsive, but you're going over pins and needles over a little bit of extra performance, and where you have to swap out the board on your paintball gun to be able to do it. It's a feature some people will like, some people like me wouldn't, because I'm as much as I like paintball, I know it's an expensive hobby. Paintball is one of the most expensive hobbies, where you can buy $1,200 freaking guns, and you see a wave of people going, oh no, I got this $1,200 gun, here's the new one, oh screw you, last year's model, yay, type of scenario, where you see people flipping them constantly, and also the paint and stuff like that. Expensive hobby, really, really expensive hobby, but if you like it, hey, it's up to, and you can afford it, do you. But to me, it's not worth it getting a Spire 4 over a Spire 3, because I don't want to have to spend the extra money on a Spire 4, then have to hope they make a board for the Spire, for my gun, and hope so I can get the features out of the Spire 4. If I was looking for like a brand new gun, like, oh look, it's deluxe, and I could justify the extra price, I would buy the bundle with the Spire 4. Where you're buying the Virtue Lux Aces, and it comes with the Spire 4 with it. But that's like $2,000, I believe. And $2,000 is a lot of money. Virtues are nice guns. I'm not going to bash on not Virtues. The Luxes are good guns. Not going to bash on them. I'm not really going to try to bash on guns. Unless they really deserve it. Like I'm hearing like the Mac devs are, the current like production of Mac devs are completely crap. And like to chew themselves up and break constantly. Or the Zodins or super low end guns that are designed to be cheap that you really, if when they break, you're just throw them away and try to get a new one because they're such pieces of crap. They're going to break constantly. Like my first ever paintball gun, we can go into that. Another thing, still raining. Okay, but let's just wrap this up so we can end each other's miseries. Spire 3, highly recommend it. I like pretty much everything about it. I like the window. I like how it offers in different sizes, how I can program it. I believe you can do it with your phone. I believe I haven't programmed this in a while because I pretty much adjusted to all my settings and left it. But I believe you can program it with your phone. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But I believe you can look up the information because there's videos and stuff of it out there. It's just I haven't done it in such a long time. I forgot. I like the clamshell design. It comes with the speed ramp, so it gets rid of the one major flaw that I had in the Spire IR right off the bat. I would have liked to see it come in more colors instead of it just being black. Maybe doing it with a blue or red or something like that. I know they came up with like a tiger stripe thing, but I'm talking about with the Spire 4s, which they made for the Aces custom. I want to see that become like a standard, where it's different colors to go more with your gun instead of just having black. Like, oh look, it's a light blue or something. I would like to have that. I think these windows could be a little bit bigger. While they're still not hard to see in, it's still kind of small, and there's I'm not sure if it's like this with the regular one. I just know for the 280, you can't see something. So when you're shooting down, it's pretty much the middle, like you're primarily what you're seeing is non-see-through, while there's a little bit to the sides. Like, look like that. See? But yeah, that's pretty much it. I can think of what's wrong with it. Very durable. Haven't had any problems with misfeedings. It doesn't need the eye system, so yay for that. Another possible upgrade if you want to keep up, if you don't want to keep on switching up batteries, which Virtue does with all their stuff, you can take out the tray that holds the 3 AA's and put in a rechargeable pack that you just have to constantly recharge throughout the thing, which I'm hearing are pretty reliable and keep a good charge. But I haven't had any problems with these dying on me. Plus, also I keep enough to be able to switch out if it dies. And again, okay, so let's start. It's 14. Bam, can access it there. Less than 4 seconds. And while showing you less than 10 seconds to take it apart and put it back together. So pretty much not an issue. But I'm not saying you have to buy Virtue. I'm just saying Virtue is what I trust, and I like it a lot more than other ones. Bunker Kings is also pretty good, but the only problem I have with the Bunker Kings is they got that low breakout level system instead of these. And I like the lights more. I like the I like the reload lights more than I like the level system. I would actually consider Bunker Kings a whole lot more if they did do the light system on the spires on it instead of that level system to help you out on breakouts. As for the other ones, they sound a lot more louder than this, and they seem like they constantly run. But yeah, just to wrap it up, if you're going paintballing for the 5,000th time, I'm going to say it again. Highly recommend these. Can't go wrong with Virtue. They've been a long time company. They've been a company that's been in paintball for a pretty decent amount of time. They started off making boards and stuff, and I was actually shocked to see they expanded a whole lot. And I kind of like they're going back into boards, hopefully in the future if they haven't already. And yeah, they're just quality. not taken away from any other brand. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. So if you liked what you saw, don't forget to leave a like, maybe a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe for some more content. Probably going to do a video next on airsoft batteries and kind of the differences between them, and also explain why these are here. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.